Greetings and salutations. That sounds funny. Greetings and salutations. Okay, that's more like it. Welcome to the show. How you doing? It's another Tuesday night. A healthy love night. Yeah, kind of had to think about it there for a moment. Welcome to the show. How you doing? Second night of the week. It's like the night shift hump day. Yeah. You know, my night shift week has 3 days in it. Those of you who are new to the show, it has 3 days in it. So it's day 2, which makes it hump day for the night shift. It's also Healthy Love Night. And I want to welcome you guys to the show. It's a night shift with DJ Kevin Stew. Sean Garrity joins me in just a few moments. But until then, kick it off a little bit, something like this. Call a friend, tell a friend that I need you. It's on a Stacey Q. 2 of Hearts.
No, baby, but that's the love and I can't keep it to myself. Oh no, when we're together it's like hot coals in a fire. Oh baby, my body's burning, so come on, heat my desire. Come on, 2 of hearts, 2 hearts that beat as one. 2 of hearts, I need you. 2 of hearts, 2 hearts that beat as one. 2 of hearts, come on. People get jealous 'cause we always stay together. Yeah, baby, I guess they really wanna love like yours and mine. Together forever, I never thought that I could ever be this happy. Yeah, baby, my plans were answered before you came in the nick of time. Whoa, I got this feeling that you're going to stay. I never knew that it could happen this way. Before I met you, I was falling apart, but now at last I really know that we are 2 of hearts, 2 hearts that beat as one. 2 of hearts, I need you. 2 of hearts, 2 hearts that beat as one. 2 of hearts, come on. I never said I wasn't gonna tell nobody. No, baby, but that's the love and I can't keep it to myself. Oh no, when we're together it's like hot coals in a fire. Oh baby, my body's burning, so come on, heat my desire. Whoa, I got this feeling that you're going to stay. I never knew that it could happen this way. Before I met you, I was falling apart, but now at last I really know that we are 2 of hearts, 2 hearts that beat as one. 2 of hearts, I need you. 2 of hearts, 2 hearts that beat as one. 2 of hearts, come on. 2 of hearts, 2 hearts that beat as one. 2 of hearts, I need you. 2 of hearts, 2 hearts that beat as one. 2 of hearts, come on. 2 of hearts, 2 hearts that beat as one. 2 of hearts, I need you. 2 of hearts, 2 hearts that beat as one.
Stacey says 2 of hearts, 2 hearts that beat as one. Because
2 of
I need you.
2 of hearts, I need you, I need you. Two of hearts, two hearts that beat as one. Two of hearts, come on.
And as we have on the phone right now,
Two of hearts,
well, I think we have him. Yeah, we have him.
of hearts, two hearts that beat as one.
Two of hearts, I need you, I need you. Remember back in the day,
Two of hearts.
it's almost like every party had to play this song.
Yeah.
Come, Garrity, sing along.
What's the name of that artist? I don't think I remember the name of that artist.
Stacy Q.
Oh, I need to find that and put back in my disco mix.
Yeah, that's one for the archives. How you doing, bro?
I'm doing pretty good. A little. Again, I'm coming from under the weather because last week was a crazy week. So remember saying about the flooding in the kitchen? We'll finally fix that. But during that fix process, there was some dusting, and the dust got into my nose, and next thing you know, I have a cold,
Oh,
and I got
Lord.
some big track meets in the week, and everything still has to go on.
Right.
So I'm still having to recover from that. I have a little, cough here and there, but I'm much better than I was last week. Trust me. Last week I would have been no good after the meet, no good with how I was feeling. I just had to go home and sleep. I don't even think I heard the baby cry.
Listen, I don't know who you're trying to fool, but you're no good now. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce to my no good friend, Sean Garrity.
But what made you no good? Because I didn't hear the baby cry?
No, just because it's you.
Oh, okay. Trizay.
Yeah, this guy right here. So, it's this thing that has been going around. So I don't think it's just you. Last week I didn't have a voice either. So I ended up last week being a showless week. And I don't think a lot of people were too happy about that.
What?
But the good thing about it is this week we came back fresh. So fresh that the video stream even looks different. The graphics look different. Everything looked different. So, all in all, that little downtime was a good time. I want to say greetings and salutations. I didn't even big up all the listeners. Greetings and salutations to those tuned in on TuneIn Radio, RadioBox.net, the Foundation Radio Network with Clinton Lindsay, or at clintonlindsay.com. The Foundation, no, not the Foundation Radio Network. Big ups to you guys over there at the Foundation Radio Network. BPR, Big People Radio, and One Harmony Radio over there in the UK. Top of the morning to you. It's bright and early. They're not even up for a spot of tea yet. But top of the morning to you over there in the UK. So, Mr. Garrity.
Yeah.
Outside of the track meet stuff that has been running you ragged, no pun intended.
On all over, dog.
What's going on with you, man?
A whole heap of the same thing and nothing of nothing. But one thing happened today. You ever drink or eat something so hot it burned the top of your gum, the roof of your mouth?
Yeah, man. Soup. And chocolate tea. That kind of sound weird, but it's only us that would really recognize what chocolate tea is.
Chocolate tea. Yeah, so that happened to me today with some soup I was drinking. I was like, this is why I don't advocate drinking things hot. I really don't, But it's because probably because I feel a little too hungry, because I'm a bit hungry.
Mm-hmm.
I went ahead and made the stupid choice to go try, get some of the thing in my system. So, of course, top of my mouth feels funny right now because it's off.
Yeah, but you see, the thing about that, is that you need to take your time. You see, you're rushing the thing. You need to take your time.
I am always the one to like even cup of tea in the morning.
Hmm.
I find it ridiculous that people will make the hottest cup of tea and then slurp it.
Yeah, they do that. Or take a spoon, and that's all you hear.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah, but they say you need to drink something hot in the morning to bust the
No,
gas.
but not so hot, brother. Not so hot that you have to cool it down. Because the fact that you cool it down is telling you that it's too hot to
It's
go
too
use
hot. Yes, yeah.
it.
But
So I let my tea sit for a little while and
right,
then I drink and enjoy it that way.
yeah. With my almond milk that I have in the morning, it has to have a delicate balance. It's not too hot, and if it is too warm, it just doesn't taste right. So it has to be just a delicate balance. I want to
You ever
say,
you ever
oh,
you
go
ever
ahead.
had human milk straight from the source?
Um, I noticed you said straight from the source,
Yeah.
and not straight from the cow. Straight from the source.
But I say human milk.
You asked me. Oh, you said human milk.
Yeah,
Oh,
human milk
I just heard
straight from
milk.
the source.
Oh, if I ever had human milk straight from the source,
Yeah.
um, I have not one but two children, two boys. So,
Chances
yes, I
are.
have. And I have said it before on the show, and I'll say it again. I'm currently not yet weaned. My chances, however, of having more milk, human milk straight from the source are slim to none. But um, I'm still not yet weaned. But yes, I've had milk straight from the human milk straight from the
Uh,
source. And it is not bad at all.
that's the point I'm getting at. And the thing is warm, it's at the right temperature. I'm like, this is what milk is supposed to feel like.
You know, I'm tempted to. God, this sounds like a recent experience. And you mentioned not hearing the baby crying. And but you know
Yeah.
what?
Listen,
Seven
listen,
seven
listen.
three 789 Stew. 773-789-7839 gets you in touch. You can call, you can text. I want to say good evening and thank you to those people over there at Pulse E-Media Group sponsoring this segment of the show. Pulse E-Media, when being in the moment, is priceless. You want to give them a call, 754-999-6020. Tell them DJ Kevin Stew sent you. You heard it right here on the night shift. See, that's how you move away from the milk.
I'm away from the milk.
Step away from the source.
Yeah.
See, right about now, the baby is supposed to kind of vex with you. One, because you didn't hear him crying. And two, you thief out the food.
Uh,
Oh, but I'd like to say laughter is good medicine. I don't know if it is. Well, I guess if it's good medicine, it's good for your heart too. And tonight, it's one of the things that we'll be talking about, or the main thing that we're going to be talking about tonight is heart health. For those of you
uh,
who saw the post, yeah, it was a little bit later than normal that the post was made, but better late than never. Um, Heart health. So many times we've overlooked that one little muscle right there, the heart. So many times. And the moment that it decides to quit on us, we need to recognize that that's it. There's no real coming back from it. So we really need to take care of our hearts.
no, man, can still come up from my dead ass, man. I don't see one.
Oh, you tell me how. Go ahead.
Them can shock it with a new one in there, or come over to the brain and dead yet now. So the brain's gonna fire up on certain things. So if you can
You,
right
one would hope.
the brain takes a little bit longer to die, and that's why you see a light flash in front of you. That brings up memory. I think the memory is the last thing that goes. So while you lay there, your light goes flashing in front of you.
Yeah, I've heard that. Um, okay, we can do an experiment.
No,
Cause you know you're the guinea pig, right?
I saw that coming in real life.
All right, so okay, we won't do that experiment.
Want to make sure. We'll run with the theory as of now.
But you spoke it with such confidence, you know. I just figured, okay, cool. He's confident.
Young
Let's
man,
go with this.
let's just maybe a little dead so I can tell you what happened, right?
Right.
Like, yo, I saw this guy when I was in primary school, and you're bringing me right back.
But you know, there are times those of us who grew up in Caribbean homes, we've had that life flashing before our eyes moment when we heard our parents call us with that tone.
uh,
So, you know, I've had that living experience, second hand. I can't say I've had it first hand because I never ever get in trouble because I'm so innocent. Let me just go ahead and put that out there.
okay.
So, Sean,
Yeah.
this idea about had life flashing before your eyes, though,
Yeah.
we're gonna have to do some more research into that one.
Yeah, we can do that.
But I need a guinea pig. I need a guinea pig. I want to test it out. I want to welcome those tuned in to PEMGTV.com. That's the place to go if you want to watch and participate in the chat room real time. PEMGTV.com. You can go on your mobile devices or on any browser of your choice. PEMG. P as in potato, EMG, M as in man, TV.com. And that's all you need to do. Show pops up right there, chat room is right there, and you're good to go. All right. So, geez, this is the longest intro we've ever done to this show, Sean.
I flow tonight. I flow on man.
Yeah, let me tell you, it flow fast. Trust and believe. 21 minutes after the hour. So almost time for the first commercial break. All right, so, Sean, when it comes to heart health, there, we were talking about this today, briefly, but we were talking about it. What do you know, off the top of your head, before we get into what is actually out there? Um, what do you know about heart health?
Well, the thing I know about heart health is that the heart is one of those muscles that just keeps on working all by itself. It's an autonomous muscle,
Oh,
right?
autonomous. Big word. Go, Dr. Sean. Go, Dr. Sean.
Applause, 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 applause.
Oh. Yeah, it's here now. It's here.
So, so this muscle being the way it is,
Mm-hmm.
doesn't require anything else but to be healthy for it to keep functioning. And you maintain that health by exercising it, by promoting good food, good supplements in your body, and just living life in a heartful way. And one of the things that I found out also with the heart is that men's hearts are bigger than women's hearts. Um, pumps less pumps less times per minute because you have a bigger heart capacity. The smaller heart on the woman means that pump a little bit faster. But that's pretty much what I know about the heart in itself. I'm not a heart specialist. I know that if the heart has arteries that take blood away and veins, arteries, and the aorta, that takes two. That's how you go. Veins two, aorta out, away.
Arteries from veins too. Yes.
Yeah. You know how I remember that? I remember the A is away and the other one is two. You know, you have a,
Oh,
yeah. So those are the things I remember about the heart.
proud of
You
you.
know, a lot of us don't take care of our heart. And you know, even just last week, there was a guy in my neighborhood, only 40 years old, died from what is it, congestive heart disease, CHD,
Are you
and
serious? At
yeah,
40?
at 40.
That
But
used to be an old person's condition.
it used to be, but when you take into account this gentleman's lifestyle per se,
Ah,
you know, not the
yeah.
best, not the best in terms of diet, exercise very minimal, and of course he was a chain smoker.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Mm-hmm.
he was top heavy, very top heavy. Legs were a little skinny, so there was definitely an imbalance right there. But it seems to be something I don't want to say it runs in his family, but clearly there's evidence that within the family, you know, it's not the best diets that are being prescribed and passed down from generation to generation because even at the wake, you know, I one of the guys that came out there was setting up a tent. I was like, yo, this guy needs to be you see doctor now right now.
Mm.
Trust me, I don't think I've ever seen somebody that close that was as big as he was. My grandfather was a pretty big guy. He was 6'5", and he would laugh and say he's 6 foot tall and 5 foot wide. But you know, but even him, well, as I think about Uncle, you know, grandfather Charlie, Uncle Charlie, he was not. He was big, but he wasn't, you know, immobile or anything like that. Or so what, you know, this gentleman was definitely on his face that immobility. I think in his old age, Uncle Charlie became a little bit immobile.
Mm.
You know, he lived to about 80 something years old.
Long time that.
Yeah, so he passed away probably about 10 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah. But but the point I'm making is, as you were saying, is an old people disease, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
Because I guess you're figuring, you know, it's somebody who hasn't taken care of himself over time.
Right.
So you don't expect it for somebody who's 40,
Not at all.
not at all. So, you know, but these things do happen, and I think a lot of it has to do with, you know, because you can't see your heart, you know, you're still beating. And even my mother right now is going through some heart issues because her heart was pumping at a very low capacity. Um, so she's in treatment now in New York, and her heart's improving. I can hear it in her voice when I talk to her as well. You know, so you don't know these things because you can't really monitor your heart unless you go to the cardiologist on a regular basis, or
Mm-hmm.
you
Mm-hmm.
because people are gonna check your heart rate. The people go, oh, you have 96 beats. Oh, you're fine, and you walk away, right?
Well, your doctor should be able to listen to your heart and know a good sound from a shaky sound.
So shaky zone. That's true too. You know, but in general, you know, we always just carry on as we feel fine. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I feel fine, and that's what we will operate off of, and not what's really happening inside of our body. So when you get that first stroke or heart attack or something, it hits you, and it's like, oh, I can't believe it's happening to me. You know,
Mm. I, I remember a couple of years ago, I felt this pain in my chest.
uh huh.
And I had felt it before, but you know, I just kind of stretched out time and say, yeah, good again. But
Mm-hmm.
this one morning, I woke up to get ready to go to work, and the pain was ridiculous, and I felt it going on my arm, and I felt nauseous, and I started thinking about all the things that I have read about, I have presented about, I've heard about as it relates to heart attacks.
Oh.
And I went to the hospital. I lived close by a hospital. Um, and I went over there. They ran tests,
Mm.
and only for them to say, oh, it's something muscular. What? Say what? The heart is a muscle, is not that muscle. No, no, your heart is fine.
Yeah.
Man, I just finished paying that bill. That alone can cause heart failure. But it's important that we recognize these things and we check them out, because it's not like looking at your finger and you say, "Oh, my finger's swollen because I hit it the other day, so it's hurting, it's swollen. I know what's going on." No, you're talking about internal organs, and one of the main internal organs at that, so you can't really play with it. All right, so I kind of interrupted what you were saying there, Sean, but for good reason. For good reason. It's time for our first commercial break. So 30 minutes after the hour, we're gonna take a quick little break. We'll come back. We have Sean tell us some more before he has to go, because I share my forum. It's the fifth and sixth rum that you don't really get any of, but the forum, yeah, you get some of that. So when we come back, we talk some more. Right after these few messages, call a friend, tell a friend. It's a night shift to DJ Kevin Stew and Sean Garrity in Healthy Love. We'll be right back. When being in the moment is priceless, consider the ability to share that moment. If you can video it, you can broadcast it. And Pulse E-Media Group has the tools you need. Weddings, birthdays, funerals, graduations, church services, parties, seminars, you name it. Pulse E-Media Group can provide you with a secure medium controlled by you to broadcast your event. Contact us at www.pulsemediagroup.com for more information. Pulse E-Media Group, when being in the moment is priceless.
We're off to an early start for a long hot summer, but beat the heat with a dash of lemongrass refresher. This cool thirst quencher is a low sugar beverage made from the fevergrass plant, which has antioxidants, several wellness properties, and is a great lifestyle drink for all ages. Ah, that hits the spot. It's a new great taste. Have one today. Dash Lemongrass Refresher, distributed by Cab Atlantic Distributors. Call 954-614-0919. That's 954-614-0919. Life's a dash. Live well.
MC Music presents the highly anticipated, much talked about, The Juggling Rhythm Volume 1. This classic rhythm takes on a new life with tracks from both established artists and introduces some incredible new voices. Get your dancing shoes ready with The Juggling Rhythm, featuring international reggae dancehall artist Mr. Vegas, alongside Ian Sweetness, Ed Robinson, Jack Radix, Hezron, Dangling, Joanna Marie featuring Galaxy P, Denny Ranks featuring Jawiz, Ambalik, Christine Alicia, Yishka. Also the new sensations on the rhythm: Zeal, Danger Lee, Marquis Skelenar, Zachary. Available on all digital media outlets. The Juggling Rhythm. Get it, get it, get it.
It's time to get live, it's time to get lit. Spiritually powered inspirational thoughts. It's time to spit. Join Sharon Corinthian and St. Patrick every Tuesday night from 8 to 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on 96.3 IMG Radio, as they bring you poetry at its finest, featuring some of the hottest spoken word artists from around the world. It will leave you touched, moved, and inspired. Tell a friend to tell a friend, and join us for the show.
Matthew 28:19 says, "Go ye therefore and teach all nations." With this in mind and encouragement received during a South Florida media conference, The Church Links was birthed. The Church Links is an interdenominational worship service portal for churches, providing the tools to spread the word through technology in a cost-effective way. The Church Links, www.dahchurchlinx.com. your links to worship and praise.
It's Christine representing for DJ Kevin. You see me, I say, I don't know the boss. You see me, I say, DJ Kevin's Chew and the night shift radio show. Yo, it at the thing, turn up the thing loud. Whoa, DJ Kevin's Chew at the heart of a champion. Never underestimate, just choose him. The silver line behind the dark clouds. DJ Kevin's Chew, believe him, and that's no doubt. Salute the night shift radio show, Christine. It's a hot it up, loud. Kill the beast.
Hey baby, love is coming at you, so you better be prepared. Hey, yeah, hey. You found love is like a brand new toy. It fills you up, you wanna burst with joy. When you're in love, it's a wonderful thing. Your mind at rest, you wanna try your best. Prepare a place in your heart, that's where it all starts. A place in your heart, make love your resort. Open your heart and let these feelings in. To deny these emotions would be like a sin. Unused love and true love I give to you. We've made the start, so let's never part. Prepare a place in your heart, that's where it all starts. A place in your heart, make love your resort. A place in your heart, that's where it all starts. A place in your heart, make love your resort. New love is calling, can you hear my friend? It's rapping at your door, now breaking and entering. New love is calling, can you hear my friend? It's rapping at your door, you better make sure. A place in your heart, that's where it all starts. A place in your heart, make love your resort. Prepare a place in your heart, that's where it all starts. A place in your heart, make love your resort. New found love is like a brand new toy. It fills you up, you wanna burst with joy.
Yeah, you hear him over there in the background, don't you?
A wonderful thing, your mind at rest, you wanna try.
The sound of the man himself,
Prepare a place in your heart,
the silky one, Garnet Silk.
start a
Place in your heart.
make love your resort. A place,
That other noise you hear in the background is my co-host for the night,
a place in your heart,
Honorary Dr. Sean Garrity.
resort.
Yeah, we're the only ones that call him a doctor.
You didn't believe me, did you?
The big throw up the carpet, the one the garlic joke, and anything wrong, but the music lives on.
You see, that's the DJ side of him, which is actually what he really does. But you know,
Just so you know.
just so you know. Oh, this segment is actually brought to you by not Policy Media Group, but GMAC Music Solutions.
Come on, G-Man. Big up yourself, G-Man.
Yes. So when being in a moment is priceless, you can contact Pulse and they can stream your moment or record it. But GMAP Music Solution provides you with the equipment to make that moment happen, whether it be a DJ with sound equipment or setting up, if it's a full stage production, you can get your lights and your audio and your engineer.
Video too?
That's where Pulse come in. Pulse have the video, GMAC have the audio.
Them
And
not the
lights and the stage set up on the.
Oh,
You with me? You see?
I'm with you.
That's how that work. So call them 754-307-GMAC, 754-307-4622. Tell them DJ Kevin Stew sent you. You heard it right here on the night shift with DJ Kevin Stew. Yeah? Cool. All right. So it's the heart. And at the heart of it all, the American Heart Association gives some diet and lifestyle recommendations. They say that a healthy diet and lifestyle are your best weapons to fight cardiovascular disease. And it's not as hard as you may think it may be. You know, some people have heart problems. You hear they have to change their diet and they have to change this and they have to change that. It's the overall pattern of your choices that really make the difference. So make the simple steps, recognize them, follow them as best as you can, as we are going to present them right now. And you might be in good stead for an additional few years. So you ready with your pen and paper, Garrity?
Are you ready? I'm in class.
Okay, cool. Sound like you're about to fall asleep already, which proves that you're actually in class.
What, teacher, what?
So the first thing is to use up at least as many calories as you take in.
Okay.
Start by knowing how many calories you should be eating and drinking to maintain your weight. You know your ideal number?
No, that's I didn't.
Well, I don't either. Nutrition and calorie information on food labels is typically based on a 2,000 calorie diet. Is that the year 2000 or 2,000 calories for the day? You may need fewer or more calories depending on several factors including age, gender, and level of physical activity. So, Sean, you're into track. More
Yes.
or less calories needed?
More.
Okay, cool. So, the rest of us that are into doing things like running our mouths, less calories.
Need none.
You just kill them right now. That's just, anyone that run their mouth just doesn't need to be there, right? No calories. So if you're trying not to gain weight, don't eat more calories than you know you can burn in a day. Increase the amount of intensity of your physical activity to match the number of calories you take in, as a method of maintaining. And aim for at least 150 minutes of moderate physical activity or 75 minutes of vigorous physical activity. I can see some people smiling or starting to smile when they hear 75 minutes of vigorous physical activity. No, not because it's healthy, love. I must say no. Behave yourselves. Or try to have an equal combination of both rigorous and moderate physical activity each week. Regular physical activity can help you to maintain your weight. It can keep off your weight and keep off weight that you lose and help you to reach physical and cardiovascular fitness. So it's not just maintaining that physical fitness. You want to have that heart health going. It is hard to schedule regular exercise sessions sometimes. So try aiming for sessions of at least 10 minutes spread throughout the week. So week has 7 days. You get 10 minutes in a day. You have 70 minutes of workout, whether it be moderate or vigorous. I can give you a good 90 seconds of vigorous workout. So I guess if I do that 10 times for the day, each day, by day 5, I'll be passed out. That's just me. If you would benefit from lowering your blood pressure or your cholesterol, The American Heart Association recommends 40 minutes of aerobic exercise of moderate to vigorous intensity, 3 to 4 times a week. So it not only helps with maintaining your calorie intake, burning off your calories, but it also helps with your blood pressure and or your cholesterol. Eat a variety of nutritious foods from all the food groups. Now, this one, I know some people with their this diet, that diet, and the other diet would have some of their own views when it comes to the eating of the foods. But they say, yeah, eat from all the food groups. You may be eating plenty of food, but your body may not be getting the nutrients it needs to be healthy. Nutrient-rich foods have minerals, proteins, whole grains, and other nutrients, but are lower in calories. Now, these may help you to control your weight, your cholesterol, and your blood pressure. All things good for your heart. So, you want to eat overall a dietary spread that emphasizes a variety of fruits and vegetables, whole grain, low-fat dairy products, skinless poultry and fish, because you know all the fat go in the skin part, nuts and legumes, and non-tropical vegetable oils. Now, why they say non-tropical vegetable oils, I am not too sure, because tropical vegetables are pretty much what we typically try to eat, right?
Yeah.
So, which would be the non-tropical vegetables?
I think it was a non-tropical vegetable. Corn?
So, alright. Because I'm that guy who always wants to know. Let me see if I can find out real quick what they say falls under the non-tropical vegetables category. Oils that are considered to be better for you as it relates to fats and less saturated fats. Canola, corn, olive, peanuts, safflower, soybean, and sunflower. That's what they have listed. And they say you can usually use cooking oils, like solid cooking fats. And those would be, you want to use them to make your own salad dressings and marinades, dip sauces, grill, saute, stir fry, bake, or roast foods. So, but what exactly they say as tropical, non-tropical, what did they say, tropical oils or non-tropical oils? Non-tropical vegetable oils. I don't know. Limit saturated fat, trans fat, sodium, red meat. Yes, limit the red meat. If you have dark meat, well, you're good to go. But limit the red meat. And if you never eat a white meat yet, check the Congo man. So limit saturated fats, trans fats, sodium, red meat, sweet and sugar, being sweetened beverages. If you choose to eat red meat, compare your labels and select the leanest cuts available. Now, stick a pin or a fork. When it comes to the meat thing, so we know where poultry falls in this. Typically, you have chicken breast and you have in white meat. You have chicken leg and thigh. You have in dark meat. Cool. When it comes to beef and pork, you with me, Shad?
I'm with you. Fuck the beef on the pork.
You wondering where I'm going with the beef and the pork?
Yeah, for me, where I go the beef on the pork.
Oh, okay. Now, pork is considered to be the other white meat.
Okay.
What is red meat? So, is it a better red meat than the red meat of beef? Or is it really a white meat, but it look red?
Whatever they say it is, that's just another way to get you to buy it. That's what I
Oh,
feel.
so it's a marketing gimmick.
It's a marketing gimmick.
Speaking of marketing gimmicks, Heineken is under the scope, under the microscope. Have you heard?
No. For what? Don't put pork in that beer?
No, they didn't put pork in the beer. Totally unrelated. They have this commercial, or had this commercial out where they said they were advertising Heineken Light. And they said sometimes lighter is better.
Oh, no, they didn't. No, they didn't. No, they did not.
Okay, so this is for quite possibly for tomorrow's show. But what is wrong with saying sometimes lighter is better? They're talking about light beer. So what is the problem with saying lighter is better? And I know some people catching heart attack over this thing. They're really stressing out themselves and stressing out their hearts over this commercial.
You remember, so was anyone offended when Pontiac had a commercial that said whiter is better?
No.
Whiter.
No.
W-I-T-E-R. Whiter is better.
No.
I was like,
I
you
haven't
remember
heard
that
anybody.
commercial?
I don't know which vehicle they were advertising for the wider wheelbase.
Right. That's what they were advertising.
But come on. So they said sometimes lighter is better, and here it was Chance the Rapper that raised a stink about it, and they pulled the commercial. We were talking about it this morning on Sir Rockwell's morning show. I dropped in there for a few minutes and with Little Gary, and we had a discussion about it. And so tomorrow morning on the Wake Up and Live show, that's going to be continued. So, yeah. But people getting heart attack over it. Sometimes lighter is better, and it's not, apparently. But for the sake of what they're advertising, it's light beer versus the
regular beer.
I don't see what the problem is. I must be looking at it too simply.
No, but that's for light beer is L-I-T-E. So L-I-T-E-R is lighter or liter if you come from London.
No, if you come from London, it's L-I-T-R-E.
Yeah, R-E, my bad.
But, hey, I'm not saying, I'll leave it alone till tomorrow morning. That was all I wanted to say about that.
All right, so.
So, the white meat versus the other white meat versus the pork is just a marketing gimmick. Cool. All right. One of the diets that benefit the pattern of skinless poultry and fish, legumes. Whoa, pause. Skinless fish. Here's the thing. The problem I have with that. When it comes to fish, I do not do things like tilapia.
Right.
Because there's no tilapia that is raised in the wild.
If I was to eat a burger, might as well eat a fat burger.
None. Might as well eat a what burger?
A fat burger.
A fat burger?
Yeah.
When you eat tilapia? Well, I don't eat tilapia because there's none raised in the wild. It's all farm raised, and if it's farm raised, it can't be good like that. Not to say that it can't be good, but it's going to be pumped with antibiotics and with hormones. Not good. So I do mostly things like wild Alaskan salmon, which is when you come to salmon, that's pretty much your best choice. Wild caught. And um, fish from the ocean. If I can get it fresh, cool, good to go. In the case of salmon, the nutrients which you get from the fish oils typically reside round about the skin part. So to say skinless fish, that doesn't work with salmon in my opinion. No,
Nah, that don't cut the mustard.
I could be wrong. As long as it don't cut the cheese. Yeah. But I could be wrong. And I'm willing to be corrected if I am. 773-789-7839 is the number you use. You can call, you can text 773-789-STEW. Correct me if I'm wrong. I take corrections quite well, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But I go with salmon skin. I might eat it up. So with that diet, they call it the DASH pattern, dietary approaches to stop hypertension. Most healthy eating patterns can be adapted based on calorie requirements and personal and cultural food preferences. In my culture, I grew up eating things like jerk pork. So
Everything jerk.
everything jerk.
I,
But when it comes to jerking, you have to be careful too, because when you burn the meat, there are possible carcinogens that you're introducing because of the whole charred flesh or charred skin thing. So you may be able to char the skin when you do your jerk chicken, but peel off the skin and eat the meat.
right.
As you make daily food choices, base your eating pattern on some recommendations. What kind of recommendations? Well, these. Eat a variety of fresh, frozen, and canned vegetables and fruits. Okay. Canned? Uh,
And I wouldn't jump on the can wagon.
yeah. Not too big on the canned thing when it comes to that. I do eat canned salmon. Going back to that. Because those typically are Alaskan salmon that they put in the can. That's good. If it says Alaskan, wild caught Alaskan on the can label, you're good to go with that. But canned fruits and vegetables, not so much. But you want them without high calorie sauces and or added salts and sugar. Replace high calorie foods with fruits and vegetables. Choose fiber rich whole grains for most grain servings. Choose poultry and fish without skin and prepare them in healthy ways. Again, my salmon needed skin. Without added without saturated and trans fats being added to those meals. If you choose to eat meat, look for the leanest cuts that's available and prepare them in healthy and delicious ways. Jerk the pork. That's all I'm saying on that. Eat a variety, eat a variety of fish at least twice a week, especially fish containing omega-3 fatty acids. Again, this includes salmon, trout, and herring. Now, when it comes to herring, a lot of people don't do the herring thing because it has that strong scent. But you remember Salomon Grundy?
Solomon Grundy. About Grundy. I love that.
Okay. And did you have friends that kind of turn up their noses when?
Yeah.
Right. But is it just me, or poor people always had the best food? Because that was considered to be poor people food, you know.
Uh-huh.
So I loved it.
Like our Nutribun.
Nutribun, look at all that. So because it was low cost, it couldn't have been healthy. Come on. It's only low cost because it's subsidized. You go into the store, go try buy it.
Oh, don't forget Bulgur.
Listen, bulgur is a regular part of my pantry right now, you know.
Mm.
Regular. In fact, I made some bulgur just last weekend. Not this past weekend, the weekend before. And
Love Bulgur.
I have no qualms about it, you know. I'm going to make my bulgur because it's good.
Yeah.
All right, going back to the list. So, salmon, trout, herring as your fish containing omega-3 fatty acids. Select fat-free or skim and low-fat 1% dairy products. Here's a problem I have with this. I have never seen a fat-free cow. I've never seen a fat-free human. I've never seen a fat-free goat.
What do you mean by that?
Or a 1% or a low. That's not natural, Bridget.
Or a chocolate cow.
What do you mean? How now? How now, brown cow?
Brown cow.
Do you not get chocolate milk from chocolate cows? But yeah, that's the problem I have with when you start talking about a 1% or a low fat milk. You don't have low fat cows, so you have low fat milk.
So where the low fat milk come from, people?
So you know, it's things like these that I always say, think on these things. You know, ask a question about it because yeah, your life and your health just may depend on it. Just me. Top of the hour. Time for the next break, and time for Mr. Garrity to bail.
Aww. Funny how time flies. Yeah, I'm having fun, but hey, I got to go. You know, this I said, man, this is the time of the season where it is elbows to, how you gonna say it?
Yep.
That's how the days run, real fast.
Mm-hmm.
That's all, people. Take care of your health. Take care of your health. Take care of your heart.
I tell you, trust and believe. I thank you very much, bro. All the best in the meet tomorrow.
Thank you.
How have they been going though?
Some of the ones who practice with us have been improving. The others, they can't blame me. And on that note, I remember saying.
All right, blessings, buddy. Enjoy your week. Catch you later.
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, the honorary Dr. Sean Garrity, right there. We're gonna take a quick little break. We'll come back. We talk some more. Matthew 28:19 says, "Go ye therefore and teach all nations." With this in mind and encouragement received during a South Florida media conference, The Church Links was birthed. The Church Links is an interdenominational worship service portal for churches, providing the tools to spread the word through technology in a cost-effective way. The Church Links, www.dahchurchlinx.com. Your links to worship and praise. Matthew 28:19.
JTMC Music presents the highly anticipated, much talked about, the Juggling Rhythm Volume 1. This classic rhythm takes on a new life with tracks from both established artists and introduces some incredible new voices. Get your dancing shoes ready with the Juggling Rhythm, featuring international reggae dancehall artist Mr. Vegas, alongside Ian Sweetness, Ed Robinson, Jack Radix, Hezron, Dangling, Joanna Marie featuring Galaxy B, Denny Ranks featuring Jawiz, Ambalik, Christine Alicia, Yishka. Also the new sensations on the rhythm: Seal, Danger Lee, Marquis Skelenar, Zachary. Available on all digital media outlets. The Juggling Rhythm. Get it, get it, get it.
It's time to get live, it's time to get lit. Spiritually powered inspirational thoughts. It's time to spit. Join Sharon Corinthian and St. Patrick every Tuesday night from 8 to 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on 96.3 IMG Radio as they bring you poetry at its finest, featuring some of the hottest spoken word artists from around the world. It will leave you touched, moved, and inspired. Tell a friend to tell a friend and join us for the show.
We're off to an early start for a long hot summer, but beat the heat with a dash of lemongrass refresher. This cool thirst quencher is a low sugar beverage made from the fevergrass plant, which has antioxidants, several wellness properties, and is a great lifestyle drink for all ages. Ah, that hits the spot. It's a new great taste. Have one today. Dash Lemongrass Refresher, distributed by Cab Atlantic Distributors. Call 954-614-0919. That's 954-614-0919. Life's a dash. Live well.
When being in the moment is priceless, consider the ability to share that moment. If you can video it, you can broadcast it. And Pulse E-Media Group has the tools you need. Weddings, birthdays, funerals, graduations, church services, parties, seminars, you name it. Pulse E-Media Group can provide you with a secure medium controlled by you to broadcast your event. Contact us at www.pulsemediagroup.com for more information. Pulse E-Media Group, when being in the moment is priceless.
Yes. Akar Mantino, I'm making notes right now. You are locked in to DJ Kevin Stew on the night shift.
It's Christine to represent.
The sound of Alicia Keys. Track called Try Sleeping with a Broken Heart. Have you tried sleeping with a broken heart? Does it work for you? Is it difficult to do? I want to welcome you back to the show. It's a night shift with DJ Kevin Stew. This is the last segment before we get into our musical therapy. This segment is brought to you courtesy of JTMC Enterprise. Thank you very much to the staff and management over there at JTMC. Miss Joanna Marie, Jati, Melissa. Big ups, big ups, big ups, big ups, big ups to you. You know, it's really interesting when the information that you have decide that it's going to just do things the way that it feels like doing it. Now, interesting thing about this sleeping with a broken heart thing. Did you know that the whole broken heart thing is real? Did you? Yes? No? Yeah, it's real. When you hear a friend saying something like, I'm so broken hearted over this breakup, and you go, you know, really? Nah, it's not that big a deal. Or someone who has been with their partner for umpteen years, and their partner decides, well, you know, I heard a calling, and it's a calling from a higher power, and it's time for me to go. And you hear shortly after that the remaining partner is, or has within weeks, just kind of decided, okay, that's it. And they kick the bucket also. Broken heart. People die from broken hearts. You know, a British study suggests that you might want to cut your friend some slack. Researchers found that 16 out of every 10,000 people surveyed had experienced strokes or heart attacks within 30 days of losing a partner, with the risk doubling for those over 60 years old. We often use the term broken heart to signify the pain of losing a loved one, and the study showed that bereavement can have a direct effect on the heart, on the health of the heart. This was what one of the study's co-authors, Dr. Sunil Shah, had said. This is the first time that heart troubles have been linked to physical loss. The Mayo Clinic defines broken heart syndrome, yes, BHS, broken heart syndrome, official name, as temporary heart conditions that often is brought on by stressful situations, such as the death of a loved one. So, the next time someone you know is really down and out because of a broken heart, Well, it turns out that there are some wines that the heart really, really like. They do. I'm not saying it, but research has said it. Now, for those who don't know, the heart is one of those machines, we call it a machine, that beats on its own. Because, like the song says, don't need anyone, don't need anything. Yeah, that's the heart. While it needs oxygen, as most muscles do, and blood supply, kind of funny, the instrument, the organ that pumps the blood needs a supply of blood to pump the blood. It can withstand operating on its own when needed. When the heart is extracted from the body, there are specialized cells originating in the atria, which is the upper chamber of the heart, called the SA node. And their job is to initiate the heartbeat. And they're still able to work for a short period of time without any other support from the body. Now, while this is really cool, yeah, so it's not just in video games where you see the heart in a hand and it beats. No, it actually happens. While it is super cool, do not, for any reason, try to pluck anybody's heart out and put it back. It's one of the things not recommended to do. Again, be nice and don't pull out your heart or anybody else's. Unless you're a heart surgeon and you really need to remove a heart. That's different. While you and your partner may have proclaimed your relationships to be two hearts beating as one, science suggests something on the contrary. And this supports what Garrity was saying earlier. The male heart, the adult male heart, the rate it beats averages between 70 and 72 beats per minute. A female adult heart, or an adult female's heart, beats an average of 10 times more, as in 10 beats more per minute. And that's because women's hearts are typically smaller, so they need more blood pumping energy. So a woman's heart typically beats faster than a man's. It's just like if you ever get the opportunity to listen to the heartbeat of an elephant, it's not as fast as ours. And if you listen to the heartbeat of a hummingbird, yes, a hummingbird, you'd be amazed. Now, something else about the heart. You hear people talk about workaholics. I don't think there's any other workaholic like the heart. If you work overtime and you're looking for some sympathy from some people, cool. If you're looking for sympathy from a heart, forget it. Because the heart, from the moment the heart is created, it never stops beating. At rest, the heart pumps about 5 liters of blood per minute. With exercise, about 25 liters per minute. In a lifetime, your heart can beat 2.5 billion, with a B, 2.5 billion times. What can you do 250 times without getting tired? So you may be able to get by doing something 25 times. 250. 2,500. 2.5 million. 2.5 billion. Yeah. That's the kind of scope we're talking about. That is the kind of organ that your heart is. That is the kind of muscle that your heart is. Now, do you want to have muscles like a heart? Now, that's going to take some work. That right there will take some work. So, for those who have suffered from the broken heart, this one is for you. Because, like I said, at the end of that one, you might want to enjoy a little drink here and there. Now, according to a European Heart Journal study, modest alcohol consumption, again, modest alcohol consumption, like a glass of wine a night, just one glass, in early middle-aged adults may be associated with lower risk of heart failure. But before you go out there and buy up all the liquor that you can, moderation is key. Always keep that in mind. The CDC, Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, specifically calls out excessive alcohol use as one of the top 5 lifestyle choices that can lead to heart disease. So, and as far as I know, the alcohol of choice is, or the best alcohol relating to heart health, is red wine. Red wine. Yeah, red wine. Not the UB40 version, but the one in the bottle. If you get a good bottle of red wine and you drink responsibly, you could very well be off to maintaining good heart health. Another thing is, with the heart, is kind of an obvious one, because it is your biggest risk of death. You damage your heart, chances are you might just die right then and there. You may survive just to die a few minutes, hours, days, even a couple of months later. Heart disease is the leading cause of death for both men and women, with coronary heart disease the most common form, killing nearly 380,000 people every year. According to the CDC, your prevention plan it includes avoiding smoking, maintaining a healthy diet, and squeezing in around about 150 minutes of moderate exercise each week. Welcome to the show, guest 498. If you're new and you want to change your name so that we know who is there, just that little box right above the comments box. You can go ahead and type it in there, hit enter, and it changes your name for you. Real cool. Real nifty. 24 minutes after the hour. Just a little bit more to go before we get into our musical therapy. The higher rate of cardiovascular incidents happen in the chillier months. So the colder it is, the higher the risk of a cardiac issue or a cardiac situation, cardiovascular breakdown of some sort. Cold temperatures activate the sympathetic system, increasing your heart rate and blood pressure. And when that happens, if you're venturing out to get, I don't know, some fried something, If you're venturing out into frigid temperatures, make sure you're dressed properly. Stay warm, stay active, because these things are essential. Your heart really wants you to just nicely just bundle up and keep warm. It doesn't want you just going out there and doing whatever. Don't you see even these the polar swims. No, I'm not saying shrimps the way how shrimp vendors say it. Polar swim, yeah, where they actually swim in speedos in iced over water. That's not recommended. I don't know why they do it. I don't know why they get such a thrill out of it. But I ain't gonna be the one. Let me just say it like that. I'm not going to be that guy. I am not that guy. I don't even like taking cold showers. Let alone to be jumping into cold water. What? Who? No, 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 no. I are not that guy. Don't be fooled. Not because I lived in Chicago. There's a reason that I lived in Chicago for only 1 year. So, bundle up. Your heart will appreciate love it and will only thank you for it. How? Well, your heart will stick around. It just won't get up and quit on you. Did you know that your heart isn't actually red? Yeah. What? It's where the blood is. It's where it pumps the blood. How can it not be red? Well, the Valentine's equivalent of Santa tells you that your heart is red, right? Now, we all know, I hope, that just like Santa, who isn't real, the Valentine equivalent isn't real either. You don't have a little baby with wings shooting arrows from bows. Your heart is not red. It's not the bright red like everyone imagines that it is. No. The heart is encircled by pericardium, which is a slippery sac around the heart that protects it and allows it to beat with ease. If you were to open the chest, you would see this shiny whitish sac. That's what you'd see first. But the actual muscle is a more rusty color, kind of like a maroon. So those Valentine's card that you see with this bright red and you want to go with more of a maroon. And I know the Wolmer's boys will really, really, really love that, because their colors is maroon and gold. So, did you know that where you live also can affect your heart health? Well, setting up camp in highly populated areas can have a negative effect on your heart. Kind of scary because most of us want to live in the big cities, right? I particularly not so much want to, because I want to be able to play my music loud in my house, and with close neighbors, can cause problems, like calling on the cops. But living in highly populated areas can have a negative effect on your heart. Population can cause blood vessels to overwork themselves, leading to pollution, leading to inflammation and possible clot formation. A recent State of the Air report conducted by the American Lung Association found that 4 in 10 people in the US live in counties with unhealthy levels of ozone or particle pollution. If you want to know if the area that you live in is particularly dirty when it comes to the air quality. Go to stateoftheair.org. One word, stateoftheair.org. Check them out, put in your information, and see how or what the quality of the air is around in your neck of the woods. Why? Because air pollution can affect your cardio health, your heart health. And again, what we want to do is maximize our heart health. We want to make sure that we're breathing the best possible air, we're eating the best possible foods, including fruits, vegetables, and meats, because we have to keep it balanced. We want to make sure that we have the right calorie intake so we can have the right calorie burning. Try to get in 150 minutes, 150 hours, 150 minutes minimum a week in exercise. If we can do that, then we're after the races with maintaining a good heart health, eh? I think so. Guest 227, welcome to the show. I remember that show, 227. Are you as much fun as that show? 227. 29 minutes to the top of the hour, 29 minutes before we get out of here. We have a musical segment coming up. But before we do that, we have a couple of things to take care of. I want to bounce this Sean Paul tune, run a commercial, then we get into our musical therapy. Call a friend, tell a friend they can still catch the amen.
We connect, keep it in check, girl. Yeah. We connect, don't you forget, girl.
You absolutely are that much fun.
We connect, keep it in check.
Now, if you know the series 227,
So keep this stuff.
that's kind of showing some age.
Sean Paul, I give you wonders and signs.
It means that you're
To your heart, you know.
no chick
How far we're apart. Yeah, let
and no child.
drama got to feel
Grown.
the timing got you well caught. Yeah, we got the beat from start. No matter how them talk, and I tell me say we just snuggle lost. Girl, call my beat your beat when we get together. Why beat number one on the chart? Girl, if you listen when me talk, you're the light.
How's your heart health? Yes, 227.
One rising, ready if you go walk down the park. Yalla, you a keep the spark. That's how we keep vibing. Girl, you make a fire ignite in my brain every night. You and me.
Are you absolutely happy to be alive?
Know what you are when me want. You have to talk, me have to chat. And I got nothing hiding. I tell you every beat of your heart, you know I feel it. Girl, no matter how far we're up.
498, how about you?
Beat of my drum, I got to feel it. Girl, the timing got you well caught. Yeah, we got the beat from.
How's your heart health?
All them talk and I tell me say we just snuggle lost. Girl, call my beat your beat when we get together. Why beat number one on the chart? Girl, anytime I call you on me text, girl, you know what happens next. Girl, come put it on me. Girl, you know you love it when we flex. Good music when we make. It's just like ecstasy. So nobody watch when them hate for you and me. Don't watch them jealous spree. Girl, you know you're not fit but the fret. Girl, you're not gonna lose the bet. Girl, you love like and I got the key. Well, every beat of your heart, you know I feel it. Girl, no matter how far we're apart. Yeah, and every beat of my drum, I got to feel it. Girl, the timing got you well caught. Yeah, we got the beat from start. No matter how them talk, and I tell me say we just snuggle lost. Girl, call my beat your beat when we get together. Why beat number one on the chart? Girl, if you listen when we talk, you're the light in my dark. Loving keep on rising. Ready if you go walk down the park. Yalla, you a keep the spark. That's how we keep vibing. Girl, you make a fire ignite in my brain every night. You and me colliding. Girl, you know what you are when me want. You have to talk, me have to chat. And I got nothing I
Well, that's good to know, guess 227.
heart, you know I feel it, girl.
As far as you know, your heart is pretty good, in pretty good health.
I got to feel it, girl. The time
Yeah, we like that.
you well caught. Yeah, we got the beat from start. No matter how them talk, and I tell me say we just snuggle lost. Girl, call my beat your beat when we get together. Why beat number one on the chart?
Would you believe me if I told you? Will you believe me when I say say. Affairs of the heart. Together we've
25 minutes to the top of the hour.
ever
About 23 minutes before I bail out of here.
want you to know is your love is life changing.
This segment of the show is brought to you courtesy of the Wake Up and Live show.
Your love is life saving. You always catch me when I fall.
Sir Rockwell
Boys drop off and
hosts the Wake Up and Live show Mondays through Friday,
promoter belly full of nuts.
7 to 11 a.m.
I'm glad that you're more than a friend. When your love is
On Wednesdays and Fridays, there's a little bit of an extended show that goes on till midday.
darling. Your love is life saving.
And on Wednesday, I get to talk about
Always catch me when I fall.
what is reggae music.
You were past them in the traffic that never fall in love, and some me have it, set me lucky. Enough of them not fortunate enough to have somebody. Some just
And on Friday, there's the RDB Top 10.
never get too caught up in yourself to feel the magic. True love come and pass you by in life, it is so tragic. Opportunity is good, so take it while you have it. Don't wait till you are panic. Well, the last man you there would make a big mistake. Left and gone for good and miss out something we're great. Loyal and full of it when enough of them a move fake. Our things separate, we can't separate. Cause I would miss you, baby, and I can't do without you, darling. Yes, and I would miss you, baby. Girl, you know I love you bad. Affairs of the heart. Together we've grown. Things fall apart. All I want you to know, woman, your love is life changing. And I wouldn't be the same without you, darling. Your love is life saving. You always catch me when I fall.
I've never been this sure. Ooh, you're the sweetest my eyes can't see. Always leaves me wanting more. Cause baby, you're my sweet little like candy. My love is knocking at your door. Open up and let it occupy your vacancy. So I can guarantee more of some pleasure, less pain, more passion, baby. I'm blessed to be the lucky man that I am with you, a part of my planet. So if you're listening, girl, I hope that you'll understand me. Oh, there's nothing I can give that I'm not already given, baby. There's nothing I can do that I'm not already done. No. So what will it take to ensure that you'll be giving? You'll be giving me the melody to my song. Oh, yes. And do it just a touch from the hand of my baby brings a sensual feeling. And yes, it sends a rush from my upper to my lower body when it's time for that healing.
The son of Chris Martin.
Floating high up love
A track called Melody to My Song.
in the ceiling. I'm floating all around. Oh, yes. My emotions never rest. That's why I take my time to express how much I love you, girl. And I think we're truly blessed because the Father is with us in this pain-filled world. Yeah. So I don't want to break up me and my girlfriend. That just won't happen. I got yes, said the love boat sinking. They got another thing coming, cause there's nothing I
what's happened. See if I can yes, you said love won't sink in. You got another thing coming, cause there's nothing I can give that I'm not already given to my baby. There's nothing I can do that I'm not already done. What did it take to show that you'll be giving? You'll be giving me the melody to my song.
20 minutes before we get out of here, and by special request, we have this tune right here.
You got me sipping on something I can't compare to nothing I've ever known. I'm hoping that after this fever I'll survive. I know I'm acting a bit crazy, strung out a little bit hazy. Hand over heart, I'm praying that I'm gonna make it out alive. The bed's getting cold and you're not here. The future that we hold is so unclear, but I'm not alive until you call, and I'll bet the odds against it. Save your advice, cause I won't hear. You might be right, but I don't care. There's a million reasons why I should give you up, but the heart wants what it wants. The heart wants what it wants. You got me scattered in pieces, shining like stars and screaming, lighting me up like Venus. But then you disappear and make me wait, and every second's like torture. Heroin did no more, so finding a way to let go. Baby, baby, no, I can't escape. The bed's getting cold and you're not here. The future that we hold is so unclear, but I'm not alive until you call, and I'll bet the odds against me. Save your advice, cause I won't hear. You might be right, but I don't care. There's a million reasons why I should give you up, but the heart wants what it wants. The heart wants what it
This is Samantha J featuring R City, track called Baby Love. Yes, you'll always be my baby love.
Even though we got some haters, we be ballin' like the Lakers. It's okay, we know that they will never break us, never break us. Call me your angel, but you know I keep it G.O. You and me, we blowing up torpedo. Me, I you right up, boy, you know me never leave you, for real. It can't get no better. Once we stick together, what's the only thing I'm thinking of? Na na na, in the morning when I'm waking up. Na na na, even though they tell me that I'm crazy, oh you know you'll always be my baby love. See all that trust, devote to us.
Good night to you, 227.
I'm thinking.
Glad to know that you will be.
No, you'll always be my baby love. How you do that? I do that. Me love that.
Yeah, you know you're mad from your man. Love the way you fling it back and go on. Are you me baby love until the day that me gone? Are you me number one? Are you me true champion? Hey, you girl in the tight skirt.
Samantha J double play. 14 minutes to the top of the hour.
What's our way on my hot? What's our way? Everybody just a steer and hot. What's our way on my sexy? Can't keep your eyes apart. What's our way on my fly? Have the man them I say, oh me, oh my. Them a pretty sky and I ask God, oh why, because me a the girl in the tight up skirts. Me a the girl in the tight up skirts. Why do we show you off my words? Why do we show you off my words? Me a the girl in the tight up skirts. Me a the girl in the tight up skirts. Why do we show you off my words? Why do we show you off my words? Yeah, I go like. Yeah, I go like. Short skirt, yeah, you love the tightness. The tightness, you love the tightness. What's how we am cute? Me nah brag, me nah boast, me just a talk the truth. What's how we am nice? Nice, I have to say it twice. What's how we am fit? Fitting on my skirt about me looking it. What's how we you a step? Rude boy, cover your eye, blind from the glare. Me a the girl in the tight up skirts. Me a the girl in the tight up skirts. Why do we show you off my words? Why do we show you off my words?
VIP, me and my friend them a VIP. VIP. Ask anybody boy, I'm a big deal. Me and my friend them a big deal. Yeah, we're kinda important. For real. Oh yeah, I'm a big deal. Me and my friends are some big deals. Very, very, very important.
For very.
This has nothing to do with money or fame or vanity. This one is all about self-worth. So big up your chest and stand proud and don't matter about nobody. No man no more than the man on this earth. So whether you walk or you a drive car, I tell you if you're white or black lighter, me feel good in yourself, you're a star. Push up on no one and tell all the haters I'm a big deal. You're my friend, I'm a big deal. I'm if me tell you, yeah, we're kinda important. Okay. For real. Oh yes, I'm a big deal. And my friends are some big deals. Okay. Very, very, very important. For real. This is not my city, I'm just visiting. I'm just pillaging the villages. Security diamonds that I want. I know they're gonna give it up. The beautiful girls are my treasure.
Just bouncing out. Double play from Chris Martin.
I've sailed across the 7 seas, yeah, but this is my territory. Hey, 'cause I'm a pirate of the Caribbean.
As I go pillaging.
I'm a pirate of the Caribbean. Hey, and I'm as sharp as a blade anytime I crusade. I'm a pirate of the Caribbean.
Even up now situation, need a like if you tell me if me wrong. I can't let them say she would have want more if me can't like my song. So me tell her if she fall for me, in a short space of time we belong. And if I be son in a Jamaica, she love me the like if she can give me one. Me need there, no pass me. If you could just give me that minute there, wait I go cast me. If you could just give me that minute there, I just a minute that me want feel. Show you why every man will see you while you're so bad. Yeah. Them say good guys still exist right now, me still a look out for one of them. And good man still out there, but some girl obsess you up some of them. So girl just don't make no man make you don't trust no man again. And come be my baby and me make you push out one of them. Minute there, no pass me. If you could just give me that minute there, wait I go cast me. If you could just give me that minute there, I just a minute that me want feel. Show you why every man will see you why you're so bad.
Kevin's
The son of Twiggy, the Twiggerific one.
Nobody gets too much heaven.
9 minutes to the top of the hour.
It's much harder to come by. I'm waiting in line. Nobody gets too much love anymore. It's as high as the mountain and harder.
Her rendition. Too much heaven.
Oh, you and me, boy, we got a lot of love in store. And it flows to you and it flows to me. And I love you so much more than my life. I can see beyond forever. Everything we are will never die. Love is such a beautiful thing. Heaven no more. It's much harder to come by. I'm waiting in line. Nobody gets too much love anymore. It's as high as the mountain and harder to.
7 minutes to the top of the hour. 7 minutes before we get out of here.
Oh, you and me, boy. We got
have new music coming out in Chicago. A young lady that goes by the name of Fayana.
from the night.
I'm gonna play that before I go.
You had to cry. You're my life.
I want to say thank you to each and every one tuning in tonight.
Everything we are will never die. Loving is such a beautiful thing.
Yeah, love is a beautiful thing.
When you are to me, the light above, made for all to see, our precious love. Nobody gets too much love anymore.
Remember, I'm back here tomorrow. Real Talk Wednesday, where we close out the night shift week.
Nobody gets
But until then,
much heaven, no
this is how we get out of here.
much harder to
It's called Musical Therapy Happens during the last half an hour of each and every show.
Nobody gets too much love anymore. It's as high as the mountain and harder to climb.
As promised. This is Fayana. A track called I Wonder. She just lives in a state of wonder, doesn't she?
That you love
The son of Fayana.
life. I wonder who you wish you could talk to. And I wonder who makes your dreams come true. And I wonder who this girl is who has your heart. I wonder.
I want to remind you, you can catch the Wake Up and Live show tomorrow morning. And the Wake Up and Live show is a sponsor, and Sir Rockwell on rockbox.net, the sponsor of this segment of the show.
I've been open for you for way too long.
I'm about to bounce out of here. This is SWV,
Made around
leaving you alone.
time and time again.
And I may just be doing that right now, but it's okay.
Friends know
Sometimes being alone is good.
you don't respect my heart and I don't.
Catch you tomorrow, y'all. Good morning, good day, good afternoon, good evening, good night.
I love myself enough to put this to an end. Never again, no, no, no. Loving you is too much for me to handle, baby. I can't even stand it no more. It's true, 'cause baby, I deserve much better, and that's why I'm leaving you alone. Loving you is too much for me to handle, baby. I can't even stand it no more. It's true, 'cause baby, I deserve much better, and that's why I'm leaving you alone. And I can't take this.
When being in the moment is priceless, consider the ability to share that moment. If you can video it, you can broadcast it. And Pulse E-Media Group has the tools you need. Weddings, birthdays, funerals, graduations, church services, parties, seminars, you name it. Pulse E-Media Group can provide you with a secure medium controlled by you to broadcast your event. Contact us at www.pulseemediagroup.com for more information. Pulse E-Media Group, when being in the moment is priceless. Matthew 28:19 says, "Go ye therefore and teach all nations." With this in mind, and encouragement received during a South Florida media conference, The Church Links was birthed. The Church Links is an interdenominational worship service portal for churches, providing the tools to spread the word through technology in a cost-effective way. The Church Links, www.dahchurchlinx.com, your links to worship and praise.